Alright everyone, welcome to Resident Evil 7 Madhouse NG plus any percent speedrun. And boy was that a mouthful. Man. Alright, so what NG plus indicates is that we can use all the items that we get from doing certain tasks within the game within the item box. We can use any item we want to help us complete the run as fast as possible. Now any percent means just complete the game as fast as possible. No need to worry about any other items to get. Now we are playing on the Cero D version of this game. Now Cero D takes out all of the dismemberment within the game. And what I mean by dismemberment is our limbs being chopped off. So as we all know, Ethan's arm gets chopped off in the when we meet up Mia. She chops off Ethan's arm, but within the Cero D version, it is not chopped off. It's still intact. And we all know Lucas' arm gets chopped off as well. When we meet the deputy, when he gets killed, his head is literally chopped in half. And what else is not dismembered? I believe those are the main parts. Okay, no, there's one more part where we get the snake key, where we all know Ethan sticks his arm within his neck to get the snake key. That doesn't happen as well. So all those things don't happen. Now the cop still dies the same way, but his head doesn't get cut in half. So those are just things that are very friendly within the game on this version of the game. Alright, so now that I have explained Zero D, which I will be showing you guys at those specific parts that the Zero D version does work the way I just said, I will be explaining the donation incentives that I have for this game. So I plan this to be basically the first tier, the Madhouse NG plus any percent speedrun. I also run Madhouse NG plus 100%, where we get all the antique coins, all the files, all the Mr. Everywheres, all the steroids, and all the stabilizers. That'll be the second tier. Now for the third tier, I also run Madhouse knife only. Now I plan to have that as probably the highest donation incentive for this game because it is a very difficult run, but it's very, very possible. And people don't know that we can complete this game with a knife only. And if they do know, they don't know how exactly. So, and I'm pretty sure would be very interested on knowing how. Alright, so now to explain this run, right here we can get a jack boost, and this boost is very dependent on your CPU usage. So your CPU needs to be at 100% while Jack is walking towards into nothing and disappearing. But that time we were very unlucky and we didn't get that jack boost. That jack boost saves about a second to reach the guest house. Now the guest house is probably the worst part in the game for all of us Resident Evil 7 speedrunners because really we have to be very patient. If you're not patient, you're really gonna hate this part of the game. And Mia, which is Ethan's wife, she is a real pain. We'll explain that very soon. So here I am gonna pause at this specific spot for an autosave, and once the autosave icon is gone, we're gonna hit retry, and we're gonna continue on with the game. So what I did there, Ethan's speed is slowing down once we hit inside of the house. So at that autosave, we hit retry, and the game will literally give me back Ethan's speed when he was outside. So we have that Ethan boost from here on out until the next autosave. And there are multiple autosaves on Madhouse, not that many, since it is reduced to make it much more difficult to complete this game on Madhouse. So there is only one more retry after this one that'll save in-game time. Now, if we were playing on easy mode, there are autosaves everywhere, so we can do that trick multiple times in the run. Alright, so here we're gonna do the first mini skip. It really isn't that big of a skip, but it does save a couple seconds, maybe even more than 2 seconds. But we are gonna be hugging this wall, and once we hit this block of wood here, once we hit under it, we're gonna turn, and then we're gonna push against this wall again. And once we hear the bubbles come out, and nothing pops up in our face, we skip the little jump scare there. Alright, so now I'm gonna do one small trick here. Is where I grab an item and turn at the same time, and that time I didn't get it. Feels bad. And I will explain that once we say hi to Mia. Hi, Mia. Okay. So, as you can see, I don't know if you saw my controller. Of course, this won't be on a AGDQ screen, but in order to explain, I have the controller there on screen. So, as you can see, I'm holding down and I'm holding these two buttons at the same time. A is the grab button, or the interact button, and B is to turn around. So, in order to turn around and grab an item at the same time, we have to hold the back button. We have to hold down on the analog stick and press A, B at the same time. If we press A too early, we're just going to grab the item, what just happened with the bolt cutters right there. If we press B first, we're going to turn around without grabbing the button, without grabbing the item, excuse me. And that is probably the worst case scenario because we have to waste our time turning back again to grab the item. So if you do screw it up, I really hope that I press the A button first, which is what happened there. It's a very, very nice trick because if we do it, we can do it multiple times within the run. And I don't know how many times, I'm guessing it's around 15 plus times where we do it. And it saves probably an entire 30 plus seconds of time save while doing all of that. I'm assuming. That's what I think. Now, you don't have to be playing this game on controller. Obviously, it's very possible to play on a keyboard and mouse. But the thing is, if you're on a mouse and keyboard, there's no point to do the quick turn and grabbing at the same time like this. Because you can just save time grabbing and turning. As you can see, my sensitivity is capped because I am playing on a controller. If you're playing with a mouse and keyboard, the mouse is using the DPI sensitivity. So you can have the DPI at like, I don't know how many DPI, I really don't know DPI too much. But you can literally turn at lightning speed without even moving the mouse too much. So doing those quick turns doesn't really save time on mouse and keyboard. It's just a little time save using controller. Alright. So now that we made it all the way through this Mia segment, now Mia is gonna freak out thinking that there's a door, but really it's closed off. And here's where we get into the next part of the game. So here I'm gonna stare into this wall, specifically right here, and the doll there. So after Mia is done freaking out, which is the next line of dialogue, there will be an audio cue of her laying down on the couch. And once that audio cue is done, I'm gonna turn. So let's listen for that. Alright, there we go. So at the end of that audio cue, I can turn earlier before her dialogue comes out, and she'll still freak out and go through the wall. So it saves like probably like a tenth of a second. Alright, so what I did there, I ran into the restroom and ran out, which will activate this knocking. And that is the only way to activate this part as fast as possible. So now, here, I am not going to press anything. The game, if you have the tutorials on, it'll tell you to defend yourself, but if you do, you waste 3 seconds of time. And that is a lot of time in terms of speedrunning, obviously. And so here, I'm not going to press a single thing. So after Mia is done attacking me here and Ethan kicks her off, we're going to run towards her. Running towards her saves probably, I believe, a second. Alright, there we go. Yeah, running towards her there speeds up this little process here. And again, we're not defending ourselves. Well, Ethan's still defending himself, but I'm not pressing anything. Alright, and that is it for that part. Now Mia's gonna freak out and knock herself over. So here, Mia has some timer on her to get back up. And once that timer is out, we can finally get her up. So while that timer is going off, I am gonna run into the restroom, grab 2 healing items, and then walk towards her very slowly in order for that timer to run out. Alright, so let's see if we can pull it off properly and save time here. There we go, there. Now we're gonna heal, we're gonna take steps back, and now we're gonna walk forward very slowly. Can't run towards her, because again, we'd be too fast. And there we go. Got her up nice and easy. And now we are gonna commence the Mia 1 boss fight. Mia 1, it's a very simple boss fight, not too hard. So we're gonna be right in front of her and attacking her. Gonna do some power swings there. Take a step back here because she's crazy. And there we go. And that is it for this fight. So, and this fight is very frame heavy. You want to have the highest frame rate as possible here in order to do some multi-hits. Now you want to be right in front of her and do some power swings to get those multi-hits. To get as much damage as possible and finish the fight. Let's get rid of that note there. So what I just got rid of there was an email from Mia. Getting rid of it will get it out of my inventory after the guest house. Because if we still have it in our inventory, it'll be put in the item box and it'll mess up my item management. And item management is very important in this game. If you have it all down in all sections of the game, you'll save a ton of time. It's crazy. So we got Mia killed within the middle of the hallway, which is very nice. We didn't have to waste time. So now we're doing the second retry of the Madhouse speedrun to boost Ethan's walking speed or running speed, whatever you want to call it. It's too slow, so I call it walking. Okay, so now we're gonna get the fuse in here. So we got good animation there, which is very nice. If we have bad animations, it's an easy time loss. It's very insane the amount of time loss we can get in this game just because of animations with items. So here we're gonna put in the fuse. Okay, that was a screw up. My item management was weird. And now Mia comes out here. So this is the first instance where you see Cero D becoming noticeable. So here is where Ethan's arm gets chopped off. Alright, so here on Cero D, it's some Japanese knife. I really don't know what it's called, but if you guys can relate and remember Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it's Raphael's choice of weapon. So it's that weapon. And so now, the screen will go black once Mia hits Ethan's arm in order for censorship. So here's the sensor. And I still have my arm. Feels amazing, man. And it hurts at the same time. Alright, so again, that is a Cero D version. Now, this difference doesn't really save time or lose time compared to the regular version of the game. But there are different instances in this game that Cero D takes advantage, and it's a time save. Just by really me not doing anything. It's just because of the version of the game. So for safety reasons, I am going to save here. Because we could die here on Mia. I am going to do the risky boss fight here. Since we did save, might as well go for it. Because running for the pistol is a huge time loss. And really, I'm not really too good with the pistol. I am actually a lot better with the axe. So with the axe here, we are going to do what we did with the Mia 1 boss fight. So Mia 1 and Mia 2 here. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing. Get close to her and get some multi-hits. Very unlucky there, it's fine. Alright, so here I'm hoping she flinches properly, and which she is right now, which is very nice. These flinches actually help me out stay behind her, which is very, very nice. And that's the fight. Okay, that's probably my fastest fight. Wow. So as you can see, we did save a ton of time rather than going for the pistol. Even the pistol fight alone is super slow because of how slow the pistol shoots. Alright, that was nice. So let me explain the bosses here. The Resident Evil 7 community has drawn down the boss fights as Mia 1, Mia 2, Marguerite 1, Marguerite 2, Jack 1, Jack 2, Jack 3. Because obviously we're just fighting those bosses over and over, so why not just put numbers on them? So that's the way it works. So now we got Jack to appear. We had to be moving constantly for him to come out. And there we go. We might get a time save here. I can't believe that. Okay. So I never stated this before. I do have the world record for this category on both PC and console. And I also have the world record for 100%. And I also have the world record for a knife only. So that's why I am putting these runs into GDQ. Just to show you guys how fast these categories and this game can be completed. Alright, so obviously our hand was supposed to be chopped off. But in reality, it isn't going to be chopped off. But here is Zoe still stapling it back together, which is really no point. But that's fine, it's cool. Alright, so now we are going to go into the main house. Now in this part of the game, the very beginning of the main house, the hallway is scary. Jack on Madhouse is super risky. I don't know if you guys recall, last year, Carcinogen SDA. If you guys don't know him, one of the Resident Evil gods out there. He ran this game on Madhouse NG any percent at the AGDQ 2017, and he did the safety route on Jack Hallway, but we're gonna go for the risky route here, and it really isn't too risky. It's just probably taking a little bit of damage, which really isn't too bad. And this is probably another reason why people don't run Madhouse too much, because the hallway is super scary, as well as Mia 2. Mia 2, the Mia 2 boss fight that I just did before coming here, that is probably the worst boss fight in the game and the hardest. And a lot of runs restart there because she ends up destroying us. So, again, we just completed probably the hardest part in the game on this category. On this category, that is the hardest boss fight. Again, knife only. I think the hardest boss fight is Marguerite 2. Again, it all depends on what category you're running, where the bosses are just completely different on how to destroy them as fast as possible. Alright, so here we're just gonna get off of our chair and commence to the Jack hallway, which is what we all call it. And hopefully we get some good RNG with his attacks. So here, we're gonna be at a very specific camera angle once we see Jack in order for him to skip the grab animation. Grab animation can be entirely dodged if we're looking at him in a specific way, and hopefully we can pull it off. And nope, we didn't pull it off. I'm gonna defend myself so he doesn't grab me, and he did grab me. Okay, that's fine. So we're gonna grab the hatch key there. We're gonna interact with this door here. He's gonna come at us. Alright, there we go. Alright. So since he's chasing us, wow. Alright. And oh, okay. He was so close to us. Okay, here we're gonna crouch to dodge the leg, the cut off animation of my leg. Alright, that was very bad RNG. And I'm sorry I didn't explain that very well. Again, it's very hard to do that live while explaining what's going on. So what happened there was he grabbed us. It was just very unfortunate. He grabbed us twice, but that's fine. Alright, so now here's a phone skip, but it's very unlikely since it's very high on frame rate. You need over 300 FPS to get that skip, which is very ridiculous. Alright, so we're doing the second phone call of the game. Now I will be explaining later on that we won't be needing to answer all of the phone calls within this game. Alright, so now we're going to interact with the item box for the first time, and we're going to do the quick turn while grabbing an item like explained earlier. So there we go. And nice. We grabbed all the required items. And now we're going to go into the kitchen here, hit that pillar there, and the cop spawns. Feels amazing. Okay, so I didn't explain earlier what I did to activate this cop. So once we commence Jack hallway to grab the hatch key at the end table, we grab the hatch key. That is the first step to activating the cop. After grabbing the hatch key, we interact with the aux key door. After interacting with that, we just complete the hallway, escape from him, going through the hatch door. And then after getting all my items in the item box, we run into the kitchen, run at a specific boundary. You basically hit the boundary, and the cop will spawn in the kitchen while being in the kitchen. And that is how to activate the cop as fast as possible. Now this saves a lot of time rather than after completing the hallway. If you don't do these steps, you have to go interact with the door and just say like, oh, it's locked. And then you go back down the hallway, go back to the kitchen, and he'll be there at the window. So it's very it saves a lot of time. It's a huge time save. Now I am assuming I'm probably gonna lose a lot of time here. That's fine. Wow. Alright, so now I know that in my speedrun, my PB, my Jack hallway isn't optimized. Feels good. Alright, so this is the only time we'll be using the knife here. And now we're going to show you the second instance where Cero D makes a difference. Again, that box is on the shelf and it moved. It's a very weird part of this game. Alright, so Jack's going to come from the garage door and hit the cop's head with his shovel. And we all know that his head gets cut in half, but not this time. And it is still intact. Alright, so now, start this fight, we're going to use a circular saw. Once he flinches, I'm going to grab this pistol and run away from him. There we go. Shoot him once to make him go through the door as fast as possible. And now we just saw him to death. And this is probably the easiest boss fight in the game. And there we go. That is Jack 1. A very simple boss fight there. I am going to heal here since I am very weak, which is very unfortunate, but that's fine. So I'm going to put everything in specific spots where I want them to be. It helps me out with item management. So as you can see, I have my cursor in a specific spot right there at the bottom row, second column. And that is where the aux key will be in my inventory. So here, this animation is very, very weird. You have to be in a very specific spot, but it's very hard to find it, so there I was moving back and forth from the ladder. Again, very specific, and you can actually get a time loss there if you don't get the animation right away. So here we're going to turn to the left, get the antique coin. And again, as you can see, I am doing those quick turns while grabbing items. Now I am using a controller, so it takes me a very long time to get behind the screw, get behind the portrait there to get the screw unlocked. And so I do the quick turn to immediately see the screw, and then do the quick turn again to push the shelf out of the way. So it takes a while for that aux to be available to grab. So in the meantime, we push the shelf to save time. So now we are going to use the aux key right here, move to my coins, and I am going to grab a third coin here. So these coins that I've grabbed so far are going to be to get this scorpion key. This scorpion key will lead us to the Jack 2 boss fight. Alright, we missed a quick turn there, but that's fine. Alright. There comes Jack, and we just bypass him. Here's a four-legged molded. We're going to kill him right away. Instantly crouch and do the circular saw attack to kill it as fast as possible. Alright, so now we are going to use this pistol here. We are going to solve a little puzzle here, which really isn't too difficult. We are going to open this door with the red hand, and then this door Now we're gonna open this door, go into the hallway to spawn the molded, get the key, and come out here. Kill that guy, and there we go. Now, the reason I didn't grab the key right away is because the key isn't able to be grabbed after the animation, before the animation is done with opening that door. There we go. And that's basically it for that section. So now we're gonna go into the Jack 2 boss fight, but before that, I will be grabbing a heal, a safety heal, for speedrunning purposes. Now, I would have just grabbed that right now, but in terms of actually saving a few HP, I will be grabbing that item. So now, this is where Jack does a Spartan kick, and there he goes. And now, we're gonna get a specific headshot here. There we go. Now, we're gonna saw him down here. Hopefully, we just get 2 waves, and so far, so good. So I'm gonna take this heal, I'm gonna move this over there, move that there. Alright. So now another specific headshot here. And we missed it, that's fine. Hopefully we can kill him on this wave. And we didn't, that's fine. And now he's dead. There we go. So, the reasons why those headshots are very specific is because there are iframes for Jack. Now, what iframes mean are invincibility frames, to where if you do try to damage Jack, he won't be phased at all. And so, you have to time it and know when those iframes do end. And I got very unlucky there, that's fine. Alright, so now that we have the red dog head and done with the Jack 2 boss fight, we are gonna go and get the final 2 dog heads to escape the main house for the first time. Now, there is a molded here, and hopefully it isn't in the middle of the doorway. And what do you know? Wow, okay, see, that's why I grabbed that safety heal, because sometimes that molded can destroy me, which it just did right there. That's fine. Got the safety heal for a reason. And now we are gonna continue on getting these dog heads. Now this would be a really good time for donations, because it is just me walking around without any danger here, no really concentration, just getting items. Now here again, I am gonna be doing the quick turn to save time. And we didn't do it that time, that's fine. And I actually screwed that up, that's fine. I pressed B too soon, feels bad. That's okay. A little bit of a time loss, not really a big deal there. So now we are going to go back down into the living room, or the dining room. Oh, this is the living room, feels good. And put the pendulum in. And now I have all the dog heads in the spot I want them to be in order to use the items as fast as possible. Now again, item management. I cannot stress enough, guys, that item management is a huge part of this game. Just doing this can save possibly 5 seconds on your PB. Alright, so now I'm going to move my knife down here. We are going to go into the trailer now and get rid of the knife. And we are also going to put away the scorpion key to make space. Alright, so we walk in, step out for a little bit, do the quick turn, there we go, get rid of those, grab the grenade launcher, and answer the phone. And very nicely done. So, where I got rid of that last item, which is the scorpion key, is where the next key will be at. And that next key will be used in about maybe 5 minutes. And it basically saves time with item management, like I said before. Instead of maneuvering through your inventory to find where the item is and using it. Alright, so here we grab the grenade launcher. The grenade launcher is super important in Madhouse, you guys don't understand. If the grenade launcher wasn't given to you here on Madhouse, it'd be much more difficult to complete. It is very insane, and it's very fortunate that the grenade launcher is given here. So the grenade launcher is used a lot in this run, in slowing down enemies and killing them as fast as possible. So now we are going to go into Marguerite's section of the game, which is the old house, which I call Marguerite's crib. Feels amazing. So we are going to lose time on this split. That's perfectly fine. Not worried about it since this is a commentary. Now, once we get inside, we're going to turn to the right over here, open this door, and shoot the first hive. And now we're going to shoot another one. There we go. See, very simple. And now we're going to pull out the saw. Again, I'm going to do my quick turn while grabbing the items. And I'm getting very unlucky with those quick turns right now. That's fine. So now we are going to crouch here. And we're going to interact with this door. Now the first door you open after getting that key where Mia was at will... The first door that you open here will have spiders. And hopefully we get this perfect saw down. And very unfortunate. There we go. So you have to saw up all those spiders in order to open the door. There's no other way to open the door. Just gotta take them all off. Alright, there we go. That is where the first key is at. That we grabbed after interacting with the item box in the trailer. Feels good, man. Feels good. There are, I believe, 4 shadow puzzles in this game. There's one in the main house. There's 2 in the main house, excuse me. One here. Okay, I would have to check again. I think there's 4 or 5. I'm not really too sure. I'll definitely explain that during my 100% commentary. Alright, so now we're going to go for the crank, which will raise up bridges in order for Ethan to walk over the water. So obviously, Ethan can't walk on water. Neither can any of us. But we all have dreams, right? Pretty sure. Alright. So again, we lost time there because of that door. Now let me explain. On console, that door opens a lot easier than PC. It's very strange. And I really don't get why, but just the way it is. So there we go. We lifted the bridge. Sometimes there's a force field, and that time I got very fortunate. We didn't get the force field. So now we're going to get some weird RNG here. Hopefully we don't. Marguerite, once we get to this point, Marguerite will be here, and she'll be either really close. There you go. She's really close to the counter, so I have to go around her. I can't be running between the counter and herself. Very unfortunate, but that's fine. So after raising this bridge, I'm going to wait a while because, again, sometimes there's a force field, and there we go. It stopped me for a little bit. So we're going to grab this herb, open this door, get this key here, do the quick turn. There we go. Finally, we got a quick turn. And destroy this hive and that bug. Because we don't like bugs. Bugs hurt us in this game. Alright, so now we're going into the Marguerite 1 boss fight. Now this boss fight is insanely fast on NG+. You guys be very surprised. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to shoot the grenade launcher, hopefully hit her. I am going to change to the Albert pistol. And then we're going to go to the G17 pistol and finish her off. It all should just take 5 bullets. So let's see what happens here. Hopefully we can pull it off. Alright. So I'm going to fix my aim here. There we go. That's fine. We didn't get the perfect fight, but it was a quick fight. Not too bad. Now we're going to maneuver to the crow key. This is the crow key door. There we go. Get that chem fluid for health purposes. Doesn't waste time grabbing it since it takes a while for doors to unlock. So now we're going to do the first glitch, I believe, in the game. Alright, before I explain the glitch, this is the last phone call we'll be answering. This phone call is the last phone that is required to be answered, and the other phones that ring, you can easily just bypass them. They're just nothing but time loss. You don't want to answer these phones anymore after this one. Okay, so now, this new glitch was found this past summer. Back at, I believe it was in August 2018. Is that the right month? No, I think it's July 2018, excuse me. So, by a guy named Trance. And so what's going to happen here, we are going to look up at the ceiling. We're going to look at this point, look down. It opens that door there. We're going to walk down specifically. and activate this animation here. So looking up at the ceiling opens that little part. And so once it's opened, the blood or whatever that is still there, and that actually damages you. But since the door is open now, there is a hole down there. It actually doesn't do any more damage. It doesn't do damage anymore. So you have to walk into the hole in a specific spot in order to activate the animation. Again, if you're too far to the left, you'll just fall through without activating the animation. You'd have to climb back up, and then the animation will continue. Or you'll be knocked on top. And really, that's probably the better case. So now Marguerite 2 boss fight. Here I am gonna get Marguerite trapped. I guess you can call it a glitch or not. But here we're gonna look at the ceiling so she doesn't spawn there. We are gonna get her to spawn here, and now we're gonna commence doing damage. Now we want to be doing damage to her constantly. Alright, that wasn't too bad there. So as soon as she jumps up there, pull out the pistol, shoot her twice, and now we're gonna bring her down here again. Now hopefully we can get this trap. And it looks like we are. I really hope we do. If we don't, okay, there we go. Nice. So this is the fastest way to kill her on Madhouse. Really isn't too bad. So now I am gonna go for some healing items over here. Which is over here. I should have came over here. Alright, there we go. There you go. I actually need to get rid of that. No, 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 no. Get rid of this. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of the shoes too to make inventory space. Alright, there we go. Yeah, okay. So sometimes I do grab that chem fluid. But for that time, I really didn't need it. But that's fine. I actually could have gotten rid of the yellow chem fluid and grabbed the red chem fluid and made a heal with that in order to have more HP. I'll actually do that from now on. Just need to remember that. That's fine. Okay, so that was a Marguerite 2 boss fight. Very straightforward on NG+. Very easy. So now we're going to get the D-Series arm. One of the ingredients to making the serum in order to save either my wife or Zoe. So here's just a little jump scare. Piano playing by itself. Nothing to be afraid of. Alright, so I'm going to put my inventory marker there for the snake key. Because that'll be the next key we'll be using. So I don't have to waste my time maneuvering through my inventory. Alright, so here we are going to do a little options change. I'm going to change my frame rate here to 60 FPS. I have been playing on variable the entire time in order to get high frame rates on boss fights. So here, I am going to change my frames to 60. And the reason is, changing it to 60 allows me to squeeze through molded in tight spaces while they're spawning. And so there is going to be a case right after this. So once we get outside here, I'm going to pause the game, go to my graphics, go to 60 FPS. You can go to 30 as well. Continue on. We got the late spawn, which is very nice. He still might hit us. Okay. Oh, okay. That was by accident. Okay, again by accident. Move it back down. I meant to pause the game, not my inventory. Alright, there we go. So now we'll change it back to the variable, or you can leave it at 60, your choice. And continue on with the game. That was actually my mistake. I was pressing the inventory button, not the pause button. So here I am going to take out the grenade launcher, shoot that grenade there. I think I missed it entirely. Yes, I did. Alright, luckily we didn't get hit there. The point of that grenade shot was to hit it off the wall and do damage. Not do damage, but slow down that molded there. And slowing it down, we can actually cut next to it without it doing damage to us. But that's fine. We didn't get to do it that time. But we came out being undamaged, so it's perfectly fine. Alright, so here, Ethan's speed is increased. Like I stated before, Ethan's speed while being outside is insanely fast compared to being out inside. So we're going to touch the trailer here, poke it, and now run him back towards the house. So as you can hear the phone ringing in the back, I'm pretty sure you can't because I have the volume pretty low. That's fine. So the phone is ringing there. To activate the next part of the game, you have to activate that phone within the trailer. So to regularly activate it, you have to walk inside the trailer. But it was found that if you touch that edge of the trailer, the phone will ring and don't have to waste time walking all the way inside of the trailer. So that's a good time save there. So now we're going to go into the next part of the differences of Zero D and the regular version of the game. Again, I'm going to check my inventory for the snake key, which is perfect. And now we're going to kill this four-legged mold. There we go. And now the snake key will be right next to the cop instead of inside the cop. There we go. And now we're going to continue on. Okay, that was very unfortunate. That guy almost hit us. That's fine. Open the door right away. There we go. See, having the perfect menuing there allows us to not have to deal with that molded that it was right next to us. Here's a four-legged molded. We're going to kill it easily here. And now we are going to get the keys, the key cards. These key cards allow us to go into the Lucas section of the game, which is called the testing area. Here we go. Hit him with that. Stall that guy. And now we're going to blow this guy's arm up and run right through him. There we go. Very easy. Very fortunate for infinite ammo. Very, very fortunate. Alright, so here I'm going to heal because I no longer need the heal there. Alright, so now we're going to grab this lamp and activate the next scene here, which will be getting the blue key card. Now this key card is probably the hardest thing to get because of this puzzle. This is the worst puzzle in the game. Shadow puzzle, excuse me. And there we go. A lot of runs do die here because of this shadow puzzle. It's a very specific spot. But we got it first try. Feels good, man. Quick turn. There we go. It's been a while since I've gotten that quick turn on that blue key. Alright. So now we're going to go get the red key card. I can actually go out of bounds very early in the game and obtain the red key card before fighting Jack 2. But since we are on Madhouse, I believe, or most of us believe, in the Resident Evil 7 community that it wastes a lot of time. Because the easy route is actually much faster going for the red key card. But at Madhouse, it's just a huge time loss because you're basically given the snake key very early. But enough of that. So here we're grabbing the red key, and now we are going to go outside of the main house and head towards the testing area. Now before we get into the testing area, there are 2 four-legged molded. I was going to say 4 two-legged molded. Feels bad. Alright, so there, we're going to shoot him there. Reload. Cancel the reload animation, and we missed it entirely. That's fine. It's perfectly fine. We just switch to the saw and use the keys there. Nice. Alright, so as you can see, I went back to my flame rounds here for a reason, which I will be explaining later on. Alright, so now we are heading towards probably the longest cutscene in the game. And this would be a good time for some donations. And let me explain, I don't know if this is marathon friendly, because here Lucas does chop off his nails. So if this run does get into the marathon, if you guys can just tell me like what parts to cut off, because this game is very gory. But again, Cero D does take away most of that decapitation. No, all of the decapitation. So, I mean, still, I know this game is very gory, and I'm pretty sure that you all are aware of that. And yeah, just tell me what things that I need to like turn away from like this. Like, I don't have to be looking at the screen the entire time. So yeah, again, this is a good time for donations. Okay, so now, after this part, we're going into the bomb rooms. In the bomb rooms, I will be using the G17 pistol, not the Albert. And the G17 has the highest fire rate in this game, except for, obviously, the submachine gun. but that'll give us the highest chances of destroying those bombs as fast as possible. Now, let me explain why I changed to the flame round. The flame round will be used to destroy 2 bombs at once to save probably like 2 to maybe 4 seconds, which is a really nice time save. Now again, I have to be very accurate here. Again, if I miss, I mean, I just have to take another shot and destroy them. But again, that does lose me a lot of time. Alright, so we're almost done with this little cutscene here. And we will commence with the bomb rooms. This is probably like one of the fun areas to play in terms of aiming. Like, it's very satisfying, and hopefully I can pull it off perfectly to show you how well this can be done. There we go. Now we need this bomb here at the door. There we go. Nicely done. There we go. Perfect bomb room. That was nice. See, very satisfying. So, as you saw, that bomb on the doorway. Let me just shoot these bombs here before explaining. There we go. Those are the 2 bombs I explained that saves time. But okay, so I opened a door and there was a wire, and obviously there was no bomb in sight, but there's a small window where you can still shoot and destroy the bomb that's along that wall. And luckily I hit that window. So here we want to avoid putting the correct code. Put away the keys first. Keys are always first. Get this herb. And continue on. Now I am going to go and ahead of myself and get this chem fluid here. Again, it loses time, but it does help surviving. Alright, so here I am going to change to my newer rounds. Cancel the reload. And now 4-legged molded are going to try and destroy me. There we go. There's one. There's the other. That was okay. Sometimes I can kill it on the first try, but not that time. Alright, so I never explained the reloading. Whenever you see the count in my ammo count, as you can see, I'm 0 there. So once it goes to 1, I can cancel the reload animation, just like I did there. So there, I performed the quick turn, and my item management is perfect. Oh, okay, never mind. Feels bad. I thought it was perfect, but not that time. Perfectly fine. Make it heal. Alright, so here, no matter how many times you shoot these guys, their health will not go down. The very feels bad moment, I know. Alright, so here we actually need to get perfect shots to finish this as soon as possible. So shoot those to pause them. Now reload, cancel the reload after number updates. Fast shots here, reload again. And we got the fast fight, nice. Protect ourselves because they blow up. And there we go. That is the barn fight. Feels good, guys. Feels really good. So now we're going to get rid of these items. Now, since these are NG plus items, I can actually get rid of them and they'll be put back in the item box alone. So now I don't have to go to the item box and get rid of them manually. So that's very nice. Now, I got rid of them because Lucas is making me get rid of all my items here. You cannot continue on within the game without putting all your items away. So, feels bad, man, I know. So here, we are going to activate this staircase. Now, we can't go down it right away because it's moving down. So, we go back and get that health item. Now, we interact, get rid of them. There we go. Interact with this. 1, 4, 0, 8. No diagonals there, that's fine. I am playing on an Xbox One controller, so the diagonals are really hard to hit on the D-pad. Which I should be using an analog stick, but I'm not used to it. So here, we gotta grab the candle and run towards over here to activate the next part of the game. There we go. Ooh, now this part is a puzzle. And if this is the first time playing the game, like how I played for the first time, I actually watched the videotape. There's a videotape in this game where you're playing as a different character and solving this puzzle, but in the end, you always die as that character. And it actually took me 7+ hours to complete, which is very insane. I actually spent a lot of time on this game before speedrunning it, and I really wanted to solve the puzzle legitly. So I took 7+ hours. I'll definitely take it. And we got a good RNG door there. That door can either open really fast or really slow. And it's completely random. And most of the time, it'll be slow. So, yeah, that time we got very lucky. So there, with that passcode, you just move down 5 times on every aisle. And you basically solve the puzzle that way. Very easy puzzle. Spelling out loser, really. And doing it 5 times in every aisle is very simple. So there we go. Get the fire and put the candle on the cake. For anyone's birthday out there today, happy birthday, man. Feels birthday man and feels bad man right after. Alright, so now we're gonna get this time bomb. And okay. So I messed up the quick turn there. I quick turned too early, so that is why we lost time there. It's fine. I see, little mistakes like that do happen every so often, but again, they're just a few seconds of time lost. That's fine. So this wall is gonna blow up. Now I do protect myself just in case, because if you don't and the wall does hit you, you do get knocked down. It's a significant amount of time loss. Now we got the second ingredient for the serum, which is the D series head. Now we're gonna get all the items in the box that we need and continue on with the run. Now this could be a really good time for donations as well, because this is just Ethan running through and opening up some bridges. Feels good, man. Feels really good. So again, I am gonna repeat those donation incentives here. Madhouse 100%, Madhouse knife only being at the top. Alright, so here, no enemies are gonna attack me until I open up this second bridge, or lift up this second bridge. And we got a slow animation there, it's fine. Again, you want to be in those perfect spots in order to get those animations perfectly down. Alright, so now Molded are gonna try and kill me. So this Molded, I just shoot a grenade, get him destroyed. I'm not gonna cancel my reload, because once you cancel reload in mid-run, it does cancel Ethan's running speed. So you do have to sprint again. Okay, I wanted to get rid of him because he can be very annoying. Alright, there we go. Now we're in the Jack 3 boss fight segment, which is actually a very fun boss fight on NG+. I hope you guys do get entertained on this fight here. So, since we did get the D series arm back from the item box, we are able to complete this part of the game without going back to the item box down there. You do need the D series arm and head on this part of the game to continue on. Okay, so here I have a newer round, obviously, the blue round. That blue round will be used to slow down Jack at the beginning of the fight. And we are actually going to hit him directly in the eye to do some damage to it. If you hit him within the body with a Nero round, no damage will be done to him. Alright, to complete this boss fight, you need to destroy all of his eyes, and we're going to do it as fast as possible. So here, we're going to slow him down and then go underneath him. There we go, hit directly in his eye, jump down, underneath him, destroy this eye. Now this eye is very important to destroy first. So we're going to reload, go back to our saw this eye. Now we're going to saw this eye here. Hopefully destroy it. Nope, once it lands it'll be destroyed. Now we're going to run to his tail. And we're going to be hitting this one. Alright, so now we're going to go back to the grenade launcher we reloaded. Slow him down again. Now we're going to saw this. Shoot it. Shoot it. Go back to our saw. Hit this eye. There we go. Hit this next eye here. Both arms are now destroyed. Now we need his face. And there we go. And that is Jack 3, ladies and gentlemen. A very fun boss fight there. Alright. So now we need one more eye to destroy. Grenade launcher, pistol, which it missed. That's fine. Protect yourself. Go back down here. And now he's dead. Awesome. So that first phase of the boss fight of Jack 3 was... That strat was found by a girl named Yasi. Very amazing speedrunner in this category as well. Oh my god, did you guys hear that? Okay, I got freaked out. That was a random girl scream, which happens within Resident Evil 7. It's super weird. And it's super random. That scared me. I'm sorry. Okay, let's continue on. So, there we go. That is Jack 3. Now, we don't need to fight Jack anymore. And that is it. So now, we are basically done with the main house, old house, testing area part of the game. So now, we are going to get into the ship portion of the game. Now, the ship is probably the second hardest part in the game, other than the guest house. Guest house is the worst. Ship is the second. So here, we are going to choose Mia. Mia, you want to choose Mia because if you pick Zoe, you lose about a minute or no, about like 30 seconds to a minute just because of dialogue itself. And then after choosing Zoe and completing the ship, you have to fight Mia once again as Ethan, and that's another time loss. So just by avoiding all that, we pick Mia. Yay! Now, I don't know if you guys noticed, Zoe tells us to use the serum, and she knows there's 2 exact injections, and she tells us to use one on Jack. And then here she is freaking out that there's only one left, and what is she supposed to expect? We gotta choose our wife, man. Alright. So here will be a good time for donations as well for a little bit. Well, really, it's a really long cutscene. And I really hope my game doesn't crash here. My game crashes here a lot. It's very weird. I really don't know why. That's fine. Alright, there we go. So now we get the cutscene here. Yeah, again, like I said, good time for donations here. And I really like speedruns where there is a lot of time available for those donations to be heard because those people are so generous for such a great cause. It's just amazing how much support GDQ has. It's very amazing. And I really hope that I get to be a part of it. It'll be amazing. Alright, so here Mia is giving Ethan the cold shoulder after lying to him for years. It's just mind-blowing. I really don't know. It's crazy. Very insane. Alright, so that's the ship. This is where, if you guys don't know the story of this game, this is where Mia came from. She was actually on a ship sending some insane bio weapon, which is Evie, which is causing all of this. And really, Evie went out of control on this ship and basically led to where the Baker's family, which is Jack, Marguerite, and Lucas, they found Mia and a little girl, which is Evie. And everything went downhill for that family after that. And if you guys don't know the exact story, there is DLC. Again, it's DLC, so we all know that we have to pay for it. It feels bad, right? There is a DLC where it shows the story of how the Baker's family went bad. The Baker's family is actually a super nice family, very generous, and they were just at the wrong place at the wrong time. Alright, so here's a little Easter egg. I call it an Easter egg. So you see that cut on Ethan's face there, on his cheek? That is actually where Jack stabs Ethan on the dinner table. He actually doesn't stab Ethan in the mouth. He actually stabs his cheek. So, the more you know. Alright, so here is where Mia will be hallucinating a lot. So here I am just going to be walking around, running around as well, the ship. And Mia will just be hallucinating for about like 3 to 4 minutes of me just running without encountering anything and doing anything specific. Now here, let me explain. It's very important that you do turns properly. Like you want to make the sharp turns as soon as possible and grind against the walls. And there we go. Now again, if you do like I can take a long turn and it'll waste me time. Like I can do this. I can do this and just waste a lot of time. No, you kind of want to just be up against the walls and turn as sharp as possible. Now it's really hard with the controller because again, you're capped with sensitivity. I am on max sensitivity and it's really slow. Look, let me show you how slow it is right here. So here to activate the hallucination, look at that. Okay, the hard hat disappeared. But the hard hat, you get to it and you turn around. You see how slow it is? That is max sensitivity. Now, imagine a mouse and keyboard. A mouse can probably like be 100 times faster than this, which is why it's a lot better to play with a mouse. Save a lot of time. Now again, I am not used to keyboard and mouse yet. I did just start PC gaming very recently. So, give me time, guys. Give me time. I'll learn. I'll learn. I will join the PC Master Race one day. No, I have joined. Just takes a lot of time to learn. Alright, so here we go. Well, one more hallucination to go, I believe. No, 2 of them, excuse me. Again, trying to make sharp turns as possible. Save as much time as possible. Again, I've been doing this the entire run. I just never explained it. And here goes an animation. Or hallucination. So this is what happens to those people. These people die by her like that, and they turn into this. No. It's alright. See, more people, like, they even died on the ceiling. It feels bad. Alright. So we're going to continue on here. Now, this is the second longest ladder in the game. The first longest will be very soon. So again, I will probably say, like, this would be a good time for donations somewhere in there. But we are almost done with the boring part of this ship. We are now going to be interacting with enemies and items. So the first item we're going to get is the fuse. I didn't fix my inventory, right? Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah, well, I want to put my slot there because that's where the fuse is going to be at. So here I'm going to perform a quick turn and hopefully we don't get cheap shotted. And we might get cheap shotted. Yeah, we did. Okay, nice. So if we got cheap shotted, I am going to close these doors because this guy follows me. Since the cheap shot happened, that's fine. So we're going to grab that herb there for healing purposes. So again, I grabbed that chem fluid and that heal for marathon reasons because the ship is very scary. The ship is very heavy on cheap shots. And I don't think I've ever explained cheap shots yet to you guys, but cheap shots are the worst thing on Madhouse. You can actually be at full HP and one hit, a molded will accidentally hit you maybe 3 to 4 times if you're very unlucky. Most of the time it's 2 hits, but if you're very unlucky, it'll hit you 3 to 4 times. It's a very weird glitch. I don't even think it's a glitch. I think it's actually supposed to be intended because Capcom never tried to fix this problem. But that's fine. So Alan here, I don't know if it's Mia's just partner as in her fellow employee or if it's its actual an affair, right? So this is actually everybody's most hated character for all of us Resident Evil 7 speedrunners. Mine is Mia, but I don't know why people hate this guy so much. But he is the cause of all this, apparently. That's fine with me. It doesn't give me a problem. Alright, so this is the ship tape. This is actually Mia's past. Obviously, this guy just appeared on the ship out of nowhere. Now this is Mia's past. It's just Evie trying to show her and remind Mia of what happened before. So here we are actually going to perform a phone skip. This was found very recently. And what we're going to do here is open this locked door. We're going to open this locked door and hit A on this vomit, turn around right away, and the phone is skipped. You see, that is actually a 20 to like 30-second phone call, and it's entirely skipped if you can get to a specific spot as soon as possible. Alright, so here we're going to hit this button, and since it takes a while for that elevator to get here, we are going to actually interact with this item box and get a few items. Actually, all the items to help us out. So here, perfect timing. Here, this mold is going to spawn, and then we're actually going to kick him out of the elevator, just like that. Yay, feels good. Okay, so now we're going to have our inventory here. I got rid of the knife down there for our bombs, to make space for the bombs. We are going to grab bombs later on in just a second. There we go. I'm actually going to grab this chem fluid because I did screw up with items there. Alright, there we go. And now this molded here is actually very bad in cheap shots. And we got very lucky. Nice. So we're going to grab those bombs again. So now we're going to shoot this guy here, and we missed. That's fine. I hope we got the headshot there. Getting that headshot is very tricky. Not too sure if we got it. No, we didn't get it. That's fine. There we go. Now we got the headshot. Okay, so now we are going to go into getting corrosive. Now these corrosives help open a few doors here in this part of the game on the ship. So here we go. We're going to grab one corrosive. There are actually 3 here, but 1 will suffice. Alright, here we go. And now we're going to go to this door. And now we're going to hallucinate one more time. Actually, this is Mia's past, so this is actually happening. This is not a hallucination. Excuse me on that. Alright, there we go. Once we hit the middle of that wall there, this activates Evie to spawn here. Alright, there we go. Now there is a skip here as well. It skips this door here. You can actually go through this door while on the phone call. You place a bomb here, but I didn't do it because it's so risky on Madhouse due to all the damage it does. You have to damage yourself to burst your way through this door. But I don't do it on Madhouse. Very risky. So here, there's going to be 2 molded spawning here. And I'm going to shoot the one that's standing up on its leg to knock him over. There we go. It saves my butt for a little bit. Alright, so we got bad RNG with this door. This door can actually be flung open. And I don't have to waste time turning around and closing it. But this mold is going to spawn. We missed the head. That's fine. Place 2 bombs here to kill this guy. I'm not even too sure if he's dead. I don't think he is. Alright, so now I got to kill 2 molded. Oh, never mind. It is dead. Okay, there we go. That's fine. So now we're at full HP, which is very nice. I didn't even have to use this heal. Very surprising. So I'm going to move my item management back here because wherever the cursor is at the end of the ship tape is where it'll be at on the ship. Because we are going to be back to the ship where Mia started the videotape. Alright. So there we go. I'm going to continue on. So now there is 1 more molded here to avoid, but I think I'm just going to possibly take a cheap shot. There's a cheap shot again. Cheap shots are like the instant hits, and they're just insane. And there's really nothing you can do about it. You can brace for it, but if you do brace for it and it doesn't happen, you're losing time. So that's why I really never brace for it and defend myself. But there we go. That is basically all of the danger within the ship tape. And there's going to be another cutscene here. So it'll be a good time for donations as well here. But this is where Alan will die. It feels bad, man. Alan dies here. And a lot of people in the Resident Evil 7 community really don't agree on how this character plays out in this game. But it's fine. It's cool. Alright, so this animation is actually very long. So as you can see, I'm about like maybe 15 to 20 seconds away from of walking distance to end the ship tape, but as you can see my green timer, it is actually a minute away from finishing this split. So it takes a while. And I don't know if you need me to turn away from this, because I don't know if vomiting is like too gory or vulgar, but I can't do anything about this right here. I can't move. But before that I could move. But right here I really can't do anything about it. Alright, so here is where Evie actually infects Mia. And I actually did not realize that until now. This is how Mia gets infected for the first time. Wow. Alright. So now we just need to walk through a few doors and we'll be good to go. Alright, so like I said, it's still a good time for donations. Just me walking. Probably one donation here. And now we are gonna let this guy blow up in front of us. Again, no decapitation, he just blows up. It's just super weird. Now again, this next cutscene, you can actually skip it. And you want to skip it. Alright guys, we're back here again. I am sorry guys, my game crashed. It happens a lot, but I did skip all that stuff there. Now here, you want to skip the movie right away. Because the in-game timer is running constantly. So as you can see, as you saw my timer just going up on its own, we're actually going to lose a lot of time here because my game did crash. My timer was still running while the game was crashed. So again, it's my hardware. It's not the version of the game. It's just my hardware on my PC. It's just a huge problem. I really don't know why that happens, but that's fine. Alright, so now we're going to continue on here. After, if you guys recall, Carcinogen actually copying that laugh there. A very funny part of AGDQ 2017. Very great. So now this is the longest ladder in the game. And we're going to go ahead and get the lug wrench as my timer states there. It's a very long ladder here. Probably like a couple donations or one would be really good here. Alright, there we go. Now, again, I am doing this commentary live while playing. I am not just mouthing over my own gameplay. So here we go. We're going to try and do this quick turn. I can't do that quick turn anymore. I don't know why. That's fine there. Alright, there we go. Now again, I hope my inventory is fixed to the place it needs to be. Let's check. And no, it isn't because my game did crash and it did reset. So that's fine. There we go. That's where we use the lung wrench. I am going to use a heal there. Move my inventory to this spot here. So now down here, we are going to get a corrosive. Now there is going to be a fat molded here. A fat molded needs to vomit properly here. There we go. It's a proper vomit there. Oh my god, that was a mess up. That's fine. And we missed the door skip. That's fine. So there we go. We got infinite ammo, so on. Again, we want to walk in a specific route here, because if we don't into this door, if we don't go in a specific way, the fat molded will respawn and actually spawn down here, and it's huge trouble, and I mean huge. There we go. Kill that guy. Alright, nice. Now we can just run in here, and it feels good. Feels good, man. Alright, so now we're gonna climb up and get the, not the fuse, but the cable. We're gonna get the cable. Now these two items that I'm about to grab, which is the fuse I already grabbed, and the cable that'll be able to power on the elevator to escape out of the ship. So here I am gonna get a specific shot here, and I missed, that's fine. Alright. Yeah, missing my first shot is actually one of the roughest things about that part. That's fine. So here I am gonna heal because it's very dangerous here. So here we're gonna interact with the cable twice, and we're gonna turn around and try to kill a molded that is chasing us before we are even allowed to grab the cable. Since we do have the luxury and time to kill that molded. So I'm gonna put my cursor there for the cable. I do put the cable in first in the elevator. There you go, perfect headshot, nice. So we're gonna wait for that vomit to finish. And hopefully we can squeeze through here, and he's not allowing me, that's fine. Okay. Very unlucky right now. He might chase us, let's see. He is chasing us, I am gonna have to turn and take the damage. Alright, there we go. See, we got very unlucky there. Sometimes I'm able to squeeze through the stretcher that is there on the ground and the fat molded, but that time is very unlucky. Just the way he walks sometimes can destroy me. That's fine. So again, putting away the cable first, going down, getting rid of the fuse. So we're gonna go to the S2 floor. S2 floor is the floor to go. Alright, so I am gonna get a safety heal here as well. Again, time isn't of an essence here. We want to survive here because the ship is really risky on Madhouse. And cheap shots are insane. And this molded, that's the first molded that we're about to encounter, can actually cheap shot us pretty well. Alright, there we go. Oh my god, okay, okay. I don't know why I did that. It's fine. So there we go. He's going for the instant attack. That's fine. Now I'm going to shoot this molded 3 times. You can actually shoot this molded 3 times while he's spawning and he'll die. Okay, never mind. He doesn't die. Okay, there you go. Now, if you guys didn't know, fat molded can actually do damage to their own brethren. So that actually helped me out there. I was actually supposed to be trapped, but he actually vomited on his brother back there, and we made it out alive. Nice. There you go. The ship is now over, which is very nice. Very, 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 very nice. Now, let me get to explaining, which I should have explained at the beginning of the video. This run, on average, can probably finish, for me, probably 1 hour and probably 35 minutes. Now, it all depends if I do die, though. Now, I would never, I never die. I'm actually 100% certain that I don't die at the main house and the old house and the testing area. Basically, before Jack 3, I won't die for surely. But on the ship, I will die. And if I do die, now I do get set back maybe 5 minutes. So that's why I would probably say, just in case if I do die, but I'm getting safety heals here to make sure I don't die. But just in case some crazy cheap shot happens, again, cheap shots do happen. I have no control over it, and I don't expect them either. It's completely random and completely broken. But yeah, the average time I would probably give this speedrun is 1 hour and probably 38 minutes, maybe 40 for this category. 1 hour, 38 minutes, I'll give. Again, the fastest I completed this category is 1 hour, 29 minutes, and 59 seconds, which is a world record for this category. Now, right now, it says that we are actually plus 1 minute and 45 seconds because, again, my game crashed. So I lost me... It didn't lose me time in terms of in-game time, but my timer was still running right whenever I launched Resident Evil 7. Very weird. Again, this has nothing to do with the commentary. It's just explaining my timer right now. Again, because of my hardware, not because of the version of the game. Alright, so now we are gonna do the ship section. No, wait, no, we already finished the ship. Okay, there we go. Totally forgot. Alright, so now we're playing as Ethan again, guys. Now we are at the final segment of the game, which is very, very nice. Again, this would be a really good time for donations. And let me explain. So once we hit this spot in the game, once Mia's taking me out, if I had chosen Zoe right here, I would have been fighting Mia. Mia would have taken me out. She would be freaking out, telling me I have to get out of here, and then she'd just go insane before she even closes this door on me. So because we chose Mia, she's actually going to push us out and close the door on us. And it's basically sacrificing herself. As you can see, she's now her skin color where she goes crazy. But she has locked herself out. Now, I didn't explain. I am playing on German language. Now, I should have changed it to English, which I will do for my other videos. But German language just saves a little bit of time over the English language. And actually, the Japanese version of the game is the fastest. Just by a few frames. I don't know the exact frames, but it all depends, I believe, on your hardware. I'm not really too sure. I'll probably get that verified by others, for sure. Alright, so now, as you can see, there are airplanes, helicopters flying around. My god, Nix, come on. You know the difference between airplanes and helicopters. Alright. So, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, now we are actually, gonna hit the item box for one final time. Okay, now I remember what I was explaining. Okay, so that helicopter was actually Chris Redfield's crew. Yes, Chris Redfield is in this game. Alright. Alright, so now here, there's gonna be a ton of molded here. It's insane. And I'm gonna make sure I don't get killed here. I'm actually gonna shoot that one. Let's shoot that one. We're gonna cancel the reload. And now we're gonna shoot these guys right away. There we go. Now we have no trouble here. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I don't do that. Okay, so now we have 3 heals here, which is very nice. I don't have to worry about healing. I do have the luxury of all these heals here. Again, because I took the safety routes and got the safety heals, I do have an extra amount of heals. Now, if this was like a regular speedrun that I would do on my Twitch channel, I wouldn't go for those in order to save a lot of time. So here, there's molded spawns. I'm going to shoot him with a GL here. Instant dies. There's going to be 2 molded here. We are going to shoot them with a grenade launcher, but really, it's completely random whether or not they're stunned, and exactly why I just stated it's completely random. So we're going to heal again. Now here, hopefully I get some good RNG. The RNG here is that sometimes a molded gets stuck here, and they all appear at once. Like, literally 5 molded coming out of the tunnel at once. But if we get unlucky here, a molded will come after me. Okay, so look, check this out. Okay, never mind. They all just appeared out of nowhere. Okay. So I got decent RNG there. Not too bad. So they still came out, but they didn't chase me all the way up to the, minecart. Sometimes one reaches me and actually damages me if it's right next to me while pushing it. I can still be damaged. It's very insane while pushing the cart. So we're gonna put this, or whatever that is. I don't even know what it's called. So we're gonna get steroids there. We're gonna use it. Yep. We're gonna become Chris Redfield from Resident Evil 5. Alright. No, we're not. It just increases our health, not our muscles. That's fine. And here we go. Okay, why did I save so much time there? Okay, don't mind my timer. I'm not gonna save this time anyways. Okay, so now we're in the final phase of the salt mines. Feels good. Okay, my 999 split activated. Really weird. I don't know why. That's fine. We'll continue on with the run. Okay, so here is Molded Mania. Ton of molded are gonna spawn, so we're gonna use our grenade launcher here to bypass all of them. There we go, there's that one. Again, just reloading, nice and easy. There's gonna be another molded here spawning. We are gonna shoot him as well. And now we are just gonna switch ammo here. Boom. Shoot this guy right away. And this guy, unfortunately, stayed inside of the tunnel. Very unlucky. That's fine. Let's continue on. If that happens, yeah, just pull out that gun and shoot him twice. Four-legged molded here. Shoot him. Hopefully this molded spawns here. And it didn't. So that molded now will spawn here. Out of the way, please. Excuse me, sir. I need to get through before taking damage. Thank you. We're actually going to switch to flame rounds here. And we're going to shoot this grenade. Alright, there we go. So that grenade that I shot earlier blows up that bomb. And now we stunned them with a newer round. Now we're going to stun them again. And now we're going to climb up easily. Nice. So yeah, stunning those fat molded is actually very, very, very important. It actually skips the time in killing those guys. And excuse my frame rate here, guys. It's just my hardware. Just try to ignore the little frame drops there. Alright. So now we're basically at the end of the game here. This is where Ethan is finally being messed with by Evie for the first time. So now Ethan is hallucinating. Alright, there we go. We are now back at the guest house, guys. If you guys don't remember this place, it is the guest house, the very beginning of the game. Circled us all the way back to here. Alright. So again, this would be a good time for donations. I should have explained that earlier. And again, okay, look, let me explain. Again, remember Cero D? We had that Japanese knife. Look, it's gonna be a screwdriver this time. Look. Aw, man. It's very hard to see. But it is a screwdriver that time. They didn't change that, which is very weird. Alright, so now we're gonna run through the guest house kitchen. We're gonna go all the way to the hallway over here to where Evie is at. Again, we're almost done with the run. We probably have about 3 minutes left. My timer is gonna finish before I even want it to. Before it's supposed to, excuse me. That's fine. So here we're gonna make Mia spawn in a very specific way in order to get up here as fast as possible. And now this part. So here we're actually gonna go through her first wave here. She's pushing you back with like her Super Saiyan powers. And now we're gonna move behind this wall here for the second wave in order to not even knock us back a little bit. That saves a little bit more time. Again, my timer's done. It's not supposed to be done. The game doesn't end here. So we'll keep on running. Don't mind the timer. Again, I think the timer will probably be like plus 3 minutes here. So I'll probably finish this run in like 1:32 right now. All depends on the in-game timer after this. Alright, so now, again, whoa, mind-blowing, right guys? Yes. It is actually the grandma of the family. This is actually Evelyn. The virus that she has, or whatever that she has, right, actually made her age super fast. So yes, that is what happened with her there. So now she turns into this freaking monster, and all we're gonna do is saw her face over and over. The circular saw, guys, is super overpowered. Very insanely OP. Now, I have a huge problem about this boss fight here. Now, this boss fight here, you don't even have to shoot Evelyn. You don't. Look, I'm not even gonna shoot her. I'm just gonna be messing with my guns here. And yeah, it's a very broken fight. Like, they should have made it much harder. And so basically, if you shoot her or not, it still takes the same amount of time for her to attack you over and over. So really, look, I'm not doing anything, and there she goes. But I do saw her here just for no reason. I just like to. I don't know why, but it doesn't do much. But as you can hear it, I am doing damage to her, but it doesn't do anything. Again, damage does nothing to her here. Now this is where we actually need to do damage. So once I'm able to get my weapon back in my hands, I can saw her hand off, or her leg, or whatever, her tentacle, excuse me. There you go. Alright, so now we are gonna do this last part of the fight here, and the game. So what happens here, I'm not even gonna move my right analog stick to aim. I'm just gonna leave it straight forward, and I'm just gonna spam the right trigger, the shooting button. And that is the fastest way to kill Mia in 4 shots. Mia Evie in 4 shots. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. I'm not even touching the analog stick that entire time. And there we go. That is a Resident Evil 7 Madhouse NG Plus any percent speedrun. Now, I'm very sorry, guys, that my timer and my game was cut off after the ship, because my game did crash. And I didn't really want to restart the entire commentary, so here we go, guys. Again, the timer won't stop until we hit a black screen here. And this is where I'll say stop. And there we go. And the end game timer is after a few pause scenes here. And here we go to one more. There we go. 1:30:43. And that was actually my second best time on this game. But there we go, guys. And that is it for my Madhouse NG Plus any percent speedrun. Again, I will do a commentary on Madhouse NG Plus 100% and Madhouse Knife only. And I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out, guys.